I loved him for 20 years. I thought I knew him. I gave him my youth, my heart, my dreams. But one day I found a name, and my world changed forever. My name is Emma. I'm 42 years old. I have 2 children, and I live in a small town near the sea. My husband's name is David. He is 47. We met when I was only 22. I worked at a little bookstore. He came in one rainy afternoon. He asked for a poetry book and smiled at me. That smile, it stayed in my heart for a long time. A year later, we got married. I wore a simple white dress. David held my hand and said, "You're my everything." I believed him. We had a son after 2 years. His name is Max. He's clever and full of energy. 2 years later, our daughter Mia was born. She has a soft voice and a big heart. She loves drawing flowers and singing in the kitchen. In the beginning, life felt like a dream. David was caring. He made breakfast on Sundays. He kissed me good night. He whispered, "I love you, Em." It felt real. I stayed home with the kids. I cooked, cleaned, taught them songs and words. David worked at a small company. He came home tired, but he smiled. But time changes people. After 10 years, David changed. He worked late. He stopped asking how my day was. Sometimes he didn't come home until midnight. I asked, "Where were you?" He replied, "It's work. Don't ask too much." His voice was cold. I felt like a ghost in my own home. I still cooked, still smiled, but inside, I was lonely. Then, one winter morning, I was cleaning his coat. I found a receipt, 2 train tickets, 2 names, his and Clara J. I stood in the kitchen, holding that small piece of paper. My hands shook. My eyes filled with tears. I sat on the floor and cried. When he came home, I asked softly, "Who is Clara?" He looked away. "She's just a friend." I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I said, "It's okay," because I didn't want to break my children's hearts. Max was only 5. Mia was 3. Years passed. David stayed the same, distant, silent. Sometimes I smelled perfume on his shirt. Sometimes I saw a smile on his phone. Never for me. I felt empty. I looked in the mirror, and I didn't know that woman. Then something happened. One day at the supermarket, I saw a man from my past. His name was Daniel. We were classmates in high school. He used to write poems on napkins. Is this what love looks like? Daniel and I met for coffee sometimes. We talked about books, about the sea, about simple things. He asked me, "Are you happy, Emma?" I said, "I don't know." For 3 months we talked. No secrets, no lies, just kindness. But David found out. He shouted, "How could you do this?" I replied, "Because I needed someone to see me, to care." He was angry, but then he cried, "I still love you." I asked, "Why now? Why not before?" He didn't answer. A few weeks later, I got sick, a strong fever. I went to the hospital. David stayed beside me. He held my hand and whispered, "Please don't leave me. I love you." I closed my eyes. It was the first time in many years I heard those words again. After I recovered, things changed a little. David started helping more. He took Max to school. He made tea for me. He asked, "Do you want help with the dishes?" Small things. But I noticed. Still, I felt unsure. Like I was living with a stranger who wore my husband's face. One night, we had dinner. Max and Mia were laughing. I smiled, but inside I felt broken. After dinner, I asked Max, "Do you think your dad and I are happy?" He looked confused. "I don't know, Mom. You're always kind, but sometimes you look sad." Mia said, "I just want us to stay together." Her voice was soft. She was holding her little toy rabbit. That night, I cried quietly. A few days later, I went to see Daniel. I wanted to say goodbye. He smiled and asked, "How are you?" I said, "I'm trying." He nodded. "You'll find your way, Emma. You're stronger than you think." I thanked him and I walked away. Back home, I sat with David. I said, "Do you really want this marriage?" He said, "Yes." I asked, "Can you leave her?" He said, "I will try." I told him, "Trying is not enough. I need to feel it." Since then, he changed more. He came home early. He asked about my day. We took walks together, talked about the stars, the kids, the books I read. But still, something inside me is tired. I want to forgive, but the pain is deep. One morning, I looked in the mirror and whispered, "Emma, you are not perfect, but you are worthy of love." Now I take life slowly, one day at a time. David and we are still together, but I don't know what the future holds. I focus on my children. I laugh with them. I read books again. I walk by the sea. And I breathe. I wrote a letter to myself. I keep it in my drawer. It says, "Dear Emma, you are strong. You are kind. You are enough. You made mistakes, but you're learning, and that's okay. Love yourself, always. This journey